Welcome to 3A State Softball. I'm Lachelle Moss, bringing you the game between the Manti Templars and the Canyon View Falcons. Canyon View will be the designated home team as they are the higher seed. They come in as the number 2. Manti, the number 12 seed, and Manti dropped the first game yesterday to Carbon 7-1 and have made their way back around by defeating South Summit, and then they get to play today against Canyon View. Canyon View beat Morgan yesterday 6-4, and then fell to North St. Pete's 12-7. And so both these teams are in the one-loss bracket. So winner will move on to play today at 3 p.m. against the winner of Carbon and Providence Hall, and loser will have its season come to an end. And looking forward to this game as Manti had some big hits yesterday against South Summit as they just kind of laid the smacking down. It was 14-2, and Canyon View played very well against Morgan, and North St. Pete just had some big bats, scoring having 3 home runs in the game. Canyon View had a home run as well, so field number 2 we're deeming the home run field, so we'll see if that continues this game. We want to thank our sponsors, as we could not bring you this state softball weekend without them. Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, Utah Community Credit Union, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Steel Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Barney Trucking, Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, and Jones and DeMille Engineering. And you can watch all of your state softball and baseball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. There's 2 other 2A games going on. Right now it will be Parowan and Gunnison, and then San Juan and Beaver, as well as Carbon and Providence Hall. And you can catch all of those games on TeamHive.live. Just switch your screens or head up to Spanish Fork and watch some great softball games as the weather is beautiful. And we are set to get going as Canyon View will take the field first as a designated home team. They will start out with Peyton Lister in the circle. We've seen both Lister and John for the Falcons. And they will have Allen behind the plate. That's Cameron. Avery Trujillo will play first. Second will be Gracie Burt. Third will be Ellie John. Shortstop, Jada Glebe. Out in left, we will have Maylee Spencer. Right will be Kaylee Quintanilla. And center will be Madison Fuller. And then Sage Hancock will be the designated player when it comes to bat. She will bat for Maylee Spencer. For Manti, they will have Haley Daniels in the circle with Riley Miller behind the plate. She's a flex player, so we will not see her bat, but she will be out in the field. And then we will have Andalyn Anderson at first, Elsie Olsen at second, Olivia Osborne at third, Madison Scottorn at short. Out in left will be Cecily Alder, Mara Thompson will be in center, and Ashley Johnson will be out and right. So we are set for a great game. Manti's first 3 batters will be Madison Scottorn, Elsie Olsen, and Olivia Osborne. And we saw some big bats from these 3 last night against South Summit. They had Scottorn ended the game with a single. Olsen had a single, Olivia Osborne had a double, and then the big hitter for the Templars is Haley Daniels, as she recorded two singles and a double, and pretty much the whole Manti offense was just rolling, and they just rolled right over South Summit, ending South Summit's chance at the state championship. So we're excited to get going, and that brings up number 27, Madison Scottorn, and Scottorn batting .455 on the season with 11 RBIs, so just a big hitter for Manti, and she leads the team in stolen bases, so speedy, so she's doing what she can to get on the base. And here we go as our game is underway with Lister. Here's the first pitch, and that is ball one. And here's the pitch. That one outside, ball two. We saw against North San Pete that the walks by Canyon View proved deadly, as North San Pete, after a walk, would just crank singles and home runs. And that is the 3-0 count to Scottern. Here's the pitch by Lister. That one in. Scottern swings over the glove. She's speedy. Will she beat it out? And she does. So that Manti starts off with a base hit by Madison Scottern. Good effort by Lister. That was just a high hopping hit and over her glove. That will bring up Elsie Olsen, the second baseman. Olsen batting .300 for the Templars, and there's a bunt. Oh, beautiful bunt. John fields it cleanly for the out, and that moves Scottern to second. So Olsen did her job, laying down a very pretty bunt for the first out of the inning. That will bring up the third baseman, Olivia Osborne. That is a ball one. We want to welcome all those listening from Canyon View and Manti fans. That is does not catch, so ball two. Here's the pitch from Lister. That one thought about a bunt, pulls back. Ball three, so hitters count. Oh, excuse me. It is strike. So the count is 1-2. I got to watch a little closer to the umpire. There's a swing on by Olsen, and that's going to get past. And here comes Scottern in. She's going to get safely to third. And there's Olsen on second. So a single by Olsen, that's Osborne, will move Scottern to third. And Osborne will be standing on second. That brings up Haley Daniels, the pitcher. And she's looking to help her cause, as she would love to bring those two batters in. And that one is an off-speed pitch for ball one in the dirt. Daniel steps back into the box. Here's the pitch. She swings on that one. That one will go foul. Strike one. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch by Lister. That one swung on Daniels. Will it find green? It does. That will score one. That will score two as the throw comes in. Not in time. So 2-run double by Haley Daniels. And Manti on the bats early has that 2-0 lead. And there will be a courtesy runner for Daniels, as she is the pitcher for Manti. So Robbie Johnson will step in. He calls that a strike. So strike one to Johnson. And here's the pitch to Lister. That one inside, ball one. So Johnson, the designated player. That one's popped up to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. That was caught by Avery Trujillo. For out number two, that brings Cecily Alder to the plate. She is the left fielder for Manti. And that ball's fair. And here comes one run will score, and Alder with the stand-up double. She scores Haley Daniel, and it is 3-0 Manti. Manti just all over Lister in the first inning. So already 2 doubles and 2 singles. And here's the pitch to Andalyn Anderson. She's the first baseman for the Templars. Two outs. There's a called strike one. 1-1 the count. And here's the pitch from Lister. That one inside, ball 2. Lister steps on the mound, runner in scoring position for Alder. There's the pitch. That one looks good. Is good, so strike 2. Here's the pitch from Lister. Yep, and that one does get Alder, so Alder goes down looking, but that will, without some damage done, as Manti goes ahead 3-0. We'll be back with bottom of the first action.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the bottom of the first inning. Manti took an early 3-0 lead. We will see how Canyon View responds as Haley Daniels will take the circle for Manti. Miller behind the plate. And Jada Glebe will start us off for Canyon View. The shortstop. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one looks good. It is not. So ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, fouled off. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one swung on hard to center field. The center fielder goes back. She's unable to make the catch at the fence. So a stand-up double for Jada Glebe to start off Canyon View. So both teams on the bats early. So there will be so Glebe gets that stand-up double. That will bring up Kaylee Quintanilla. She had big bats against North St. Pete. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Quintanilla gets a sign from her coach. And here's Daniels. That's a bunt by Quintanilla, picked up by the third baseman. She fields it cleanly and quickly and out, and then tries to get it over to third base, but moves Jada Glebe to third. So does her job is Kaylee Quintanilla with the bunt.
Doing the pitching, number 6, Peyton Lister.
That brings out the pitcher, Peyton Lister. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That one just missed inside, ball 1. And there's a big swing by Lister. And they're going to get the play at home. So great stop by Olivia Olson as she made a great play on the ball. And Glebe was going to home no matter what. And they, with the 5-2 out, fielder's choice for Lister.
Catching number 33, Cameron Allen.
So here's Daniel. That one in the dirt. Lister's going to steal second. It's Allen up to bat. The catcher for the Falcons. That one swung on. Grabbed by the third baseman, but foul. Daniels takes the call from the dugout, and here's the pitch. That one swung on by Allen, and just foul. That one straightened out a little. Would be over the fence. So Daniels will come back to the circle. Manti looking to sit down Canyon View without any runs scored. Runner in scoring position for the Falcons. And that one gets Allen looking. So Manti will get out of the inning with no runs scored. We'll be back with the top of 2.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
In the top of the second inning for Manti Templars. Playing right field, number 24, Ashley Johnson.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. It is the top of the second inning. Manti leads 3-0, and here's Lister. She is pitching to Ashley Johnson, the right fielder. The count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one high outside. Ball 2. Here's the pitch from Lister. That one swung on by Manti, And they do get her in time. That was Ashley Johnson. So great job by the shortstop, Jada Glee, but she has the throw in time for the 6-3 out. That brings up Mara Thompson, the center fielder.
Number 18, Mara Thompson.
That one is inside. Did it catch the inside corner? It did not. Ball one. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, and that will get by the shortstop for a base hit by Thompson. And that is her first appearance at the plate with a base hit. That brings up the top of the order, Madison Scotter. She started off with a single and then scored in the first.
Number 27, Madison Scotter.
So one out for the Falcons. Here's the pitch from Lister. That one to Scottern. That one is a ball. 1-1 the count. One out. Runner on first. That one outside. Ball two. And here's the pitch from Lister. That one looks good, is good. Strike two. 2-2 the count. That one swung on by Scotter and out to the center fielder. And she catches it and holds the runner at first. So out number 2 for the Falcons. That brings up Elsie Olson, who ground out to the third baseman, her first at bat.
Number 3, Elsie Olson.
That one is ball one to Olson. Lister's pitch. That one right up the middle, but fielded by the shortstop for the third out of the inning. And that will do it for the top of the second. We'll be back with the bottom.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. It is the bottom of the second inning. Manti still with that 3-0 lead. And that will bring up number 17, Ellie John, for the Falcons. This is her first at-bat of the game.
Stepping to the plate, playing third base, number 17, Ellie John.
And Daniels takes the call from the dugout. Here's the pitch. Down inside, ball one to John. So John gets that 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one does catch that outside corner. Strike one. 2-1 the count. That one swung on by John, fouled off, so strike 2. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That one looks good, is good. A swing and a miss for out number 1, strikeout. And that is the second strikeout of the game for Haley Daniels.
Playing center field in 5, Madison Fuller.
And here's the pitch from Daniels. This is Madison Fuller, the center fielder. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one low, so ball 2. Here's Daniels with the pitch. That one swung on, foul, strike 1. Daniels looking for the sign from the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball 4. So Fuller gets herself on with a walk with just 1 out. That will bring up number 24, Avery Trujillo. This is her first at bat against Daniels. That's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Daniels doing a good job in the circle for the Templars. That one in the dirt. Ball 1, so 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one, did it catch the inside corner? It did not, so 3-1. Here's the pitch from Daniels. So 2 straight walks for Daniels, and that could be trouble as Canyon View Gracie Burt up to bat. Gracie Burt plays second base for the Falcons. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball 1. There's the pitch. That one high, fly ball, hit out to the outfield. The center fielder all over it for out number 2. Holds the runners at first and second. That was caught by Mara Thompson. That brings Sage Hancock to the line. Sorry, not to the line, to the plate. Wrong sport. 2 outs for the Templars. That ball outside, ball one. There's a pitch from Daniels. Catches that inside corner, strike one. Here's the pitch. That one swung on hard, but easily fielded by the third baseman. Steps on her bag for the third out of the inning. We'll be back with top of three.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the top of the third inning, and we will start off with Olivia Osborne. She's the third baseman. She had a single her first at bat against Lister. And that one will drop in again for another single for Osborne as she gets on the base quickly. So Osborne 2 for 2 with 2 singles in the game.
Now batting doing the pitching, number 11, Haley Daniels.
And here's the pitcher, Daniels against Lister. That one hit to the second baseman. Oh, fielded by Burt, but just unable to handle it. And nice play as Osborne could have made it to third. But Burt made a diving stop, just couldn't get it out of her glove. There will be a courtesy runner for Daniels, as she's the pitcher for the Templars.
Number 32, Robbie Johnson.
Robbie Johnson will come to the plate. And that's a swing and a miss, strike one, but runners will advance to both second and third on the missed ball. And there's a hit to the third baseman. She looks the runner back and still able to get the runner out at first. So great play by Ellie John to hold the runner for the first out of the inning.
Number 7, Cecily Alder.
Well, Cecily Alder will come to the plate. And that one is strike one to Alder. And here's the pitch. This one catches that outside corner. Strike two. Alder down 0-2. She had a double in her first at bat. That one swung on, fouled off, keeps herself alive. Now Manti comes in as the 12 seed in the RPI, but they are definitely not a typical 12 seed, as they are a very good team. That one will go to the catcher, but not in time, as Olivia Osborne will score, and Cecily Alder will get herself on base and move Daniels over to third. Osborne very quick, probably just should have went to first base, as Trujillo could have easily just stepped on her bag. That one swung on by Anderson swing and a miss, strike one. We're going to wipe off the plate and make sure we can see it. Well, Andolyn Anderson will step back to the plate. She's down 0-2 in the count, 1 out. That one swung on foul. She keeps herself alive. Here's the pitch from Lister. Little off speed. Does she catch that inside corner? She does not. So ball 1 to Anderson. That one swung on. There will be a base hit for Anderson. 1 run will score as Manti takes a 5-0 lead. Manti just all over the ball as there's just 1 out, and Ashley Johnson will come to the plate. She ground out to the shortstop her first at bat. That one inside, ball 1. That one's ball 1. Oh, strike. 1-1. Here's a pitch swung on. There's another base hit, but the runners will hold, so bases are loaded for Manti.
Stepping to the plate. Center field, number 18, Laura Thompson.
Okay, tell the girls that someone will come get them for the birthday party at 2:30, okay? Make sure you guys help Marissa, okay? Hey, Jeff. I need you to feed Okay. All right. Bye, buddy. So after that short powwow, Lister back on the mound to Thompson. That ball high and outside. Bases are loaded. Thompson had a single her first at bat. That one outside. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did she go? She did. So strike 1. Two one the count. Thompson swings on that one. That one popped out. Should be an infield fly, and it is. So for out number 2. That brings up the top of the batting order, Madison Scottern.
27, Madison Scottern.
Scottern 1 for 2. And that one quickly hit to first base. Daniels on the mound. That one high, ball 1. That one outside, so Carbon leads Providence Hall 8-0. Here's the pitch by Daniels. That one missed, so 3-0 the count. Already 2 batters walked this inning by Daniels. There's the pitch to John. Strike 1. And here's the pitch to John. That one fouled off, so count is now full. Here's the pitch. That one swung on by John, fouled off as well. Count is full for Daniels on John. And they get John looking, so Daniels gets herself out of that inning, and we will be back with top of 4 action.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back to 3A State Championship Softball. You are watching the Manti Templars and the Canyon View Falcons. I'm Lachelle Moss bringing you this game. The score is 5-0, and there's a quick swing by the Templars. That is Elsie Olson. And that will be a 4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Olivia Osborne. That one, ball 1, high. Lister still on the circle for the Falcons. That one outside. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. That one swung on high, fly ball out to center field. Fuller all over it for out number 2 of the 4th inning. That brings up Daniels. She has been big for the Templars with a double and a single already in the game. Here's the pitch. Tried to throw that changeup, just missed outside, ball 1. That one looks good, strike 1. 1-1 the count to Daniels. That one swung on by Daniels, fouled off on the left side. 1-2 the count. And there's a swing by Daniels and fielded cleanly by the first baseman, and that will do it for the top of the 4th. We'll be back.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. It is the bottom of the fourth inning with Madison Fuller up to the plate.
In the bottom of the fourth inning, our first batter plays center field, number 5.
Fuller was walked in the second. Daniels walking a few more batters that last inning, as Manti was 3 up, 3 down, so it's just that 5-0 lead. There's a great pitch and a great swing by Fuller. That one foul. Strike one. Canyon View got to get something going as we are in the bottom half of the game. Daniels just missed, so ball one. 1-1 the count. And there's a big swing by Fuller. That one foul. 1-2 the count. And here's Fuller from Daniels, the pitch. That one fouled off as well. Quality at bat for Fuller. She's done a good job fouling those off. Got to connect with one and keep it on straight. Here's the pitch from Daniels. Ooh, check swing. Did she go? She did not, so ball 2. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That one hit down the right field line, and that will find a hole for Madison Fuller to get the Falcons started in the top of the fourth inning. Or sorry, bottom of the fourth inning. First hit of the game for second hit of the game for Canyon View, but first hit for Fuller. Just a few hits can really get you going, and Falcons need to cut into this lead. That one, ball 1. Miller doing a good job behind the plate for Manti, not letting Fuller advance. That one in the dirt, and that one does get past Miller as Fuller will advance to second, now in scoring position. 2-0 the count. And here's the pitch. Whoa, just missed. K3-0. Here's the pitch. That one looks good, so 3-1. Here's Daniels with the pitch. Oh, and there's a shot to left. That one will be down, and that will score Fuller. And Trujillo will get a stand-up double as she puts her team on the board. The Canyon View Falcons score a run. That was a nice hit by Daniels as she just found the gap between the out of bounds, between the foul line and the left fielder. Gracie Burt will come to the line, to the plate. She flew out to the center fielder her first at bat. No outs for the Templars. That one's popped up out of play, strike one. And Daniels will take the call from the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Ball one. And here's the pitch. That one missed as well, so 2-1. And Manti is going to come out and talk to it. We'll take a short break and be back.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. Manti wanted to talk about their coach, their pitcher. We'll see how she responds. As runner on second after a big double by Trujillo. That one high, so 3-1 the count. Burt, the second baseman for the Falcons. And there's another base hit as Burt gets a base hit, and Trujillo will be held at third. Pretty base hit, though. Still no outs for the Templars. That will bring Hancock to the plate. She's a designated player. And here's the pitch. That one is a strike. Here's the pitch. That one swung on by Hancock, fielded by the shortstop. She looks to burn her down, makes the play at first. Great job by Scottern as she looked the runner down at third, held her, and then still was able to get the out at first. That brings up the top of the order, Jada Glebe. She had a double and then was walked. So 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. That one missed, so ball one. Runners on second and third. That one called strike one. So here's the pitch. That one, shot to center, makes a catch, and just an errant throw will score the runner at third. So sacrifice fly for Glebe as she scores Trujillo and cuts into that lead. As Jada Glebe flies out to the center fielder, but then just an errant throw. Trujillo did not go at first, but the throw was just offline, and she scores. Peyton Lister will come. There's a strike one. This is Kaylee Quintanilla. And that's a ball one. Burt standing on second. And here's the pitch. That one swung on high, to center field. And Thompson able to track that one down, and that will do it for the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll be back with top of five.
Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. It is 5-2 favor the Manti Templars. So the Falcons able to knock on 2 runs in that fourth inning. That brings up Robbie Johnson. She's 0 for 2 in today's game. And Lister still in the circle. There's the first pitch, strike one. So in the semifinals is Grantsville and North Sanpete, and there's another strike as Lister does that off-speed pitch. And Grantsville and North Sanpete will play at 3 p.m. and then the winner of this game, Manti and Canyon View, will face the winner of Carbon and Providence Hall directly after this at 3 p.m. So Manti this is their first game today, Canyon View second. And there's a pop-up to the shortstop, who makes a leaping catch for out number 1. Glebe made that look easy, even though it wasn't. So first out of the inning. That brings up Cicely Alder, the left fielder. Here's the pitch. That one. Strike one. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball one. Here's the pitch by Glebe. That one looks good. Strike two to Alder. Allen did a nice job behind the plate framing that one. That one in the dirt. 2-2 count. There's a swing on by Alder, fielded cleanly by the shortstop, and nicely done by the first baseman to squeeze that one. That is the second out of the inning. Can you be looking to sit down Anderson and go back to work on the bats? This is Andalyn Anderson. She is 1 for 2, and she had a single in the third inning. That one inside, ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, popped up to the second baseman. She makes a diving catch for the third out of the inning, and that will do it for the top of the fifth. We'll be back as the Falcons are up to bat.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Come back to today's state softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning where Manti still has a 5-2 lead over the Falcons. The Falcons were able to knock on 2 runs in the fourth inning. We'll see what they can do as Peyton Lister comes to the plate. And here's the pitch. Ball 1. I'm just going to wipe off the plate. Making sure Miller's okay. That ball hit a bounce and hit her in the hand. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That looks good. Catches that outside corner. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. That one high, ball 2. It's 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Daniels. Strike 2 to Lister. And Lister did a good job fouling that one off. Lister 0 for 2 in the game. She did have a reach on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Counts full. Great hit by Lister. She's going to earn herself a single. She did a good job. That was a great quality at bat for her. That brings Cameron Allen, the catcher, up to the plate. No one out for the Templars. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball one. Catch that outside corner, strike one. And here's the pitch from Daniels. Ooh, that one just missed. Ball two to Allen. Oh, missed again, so 3-1 to Allen. She walked her last at bat. That one high and outside, so a walk. Another walk for Allen, so 2 runners on for Ellie John. There will be a speed up. John is 0 for 2. She struck out her last 2 at bats, and so she's looking for a redemption against Daniels. That one outside, ball one. Still no outs for the Templars. That one swung on. Fielded by the shortstop. And they do get Ellie John out at first, but she moves both runners to second and third. That will bring up Madison Fuller. She is 1 for 1, and she had a single her last at bat. And she had a home run in the last game against the Hawks. Strike one. There's a hit, hard hit by Fuller. She's going to score one. Here comes the runner. They're going to try to get her back at third. They do not. And then Fuller with the heads-up play gets herself to second. So an RBI single for Madison Fuller. Manti will come in to talk about it. As Canyon View has cut into the lead, it is now 5-3. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was a big hit by Fuller.
Playing first base, number 24, Avery Trujillo.
That will bring up Avery Trujillo, who had a single in the first, or in the 4th inning. There's a hard hit, another single, and here comes the run. And they will hold Fuller at second, but one run will score, and Canyon View, the momentum has shifted. They are only down by 1 with 2 runners on and only 1 out. That brings up number 14, Gracie Burt, the second baseman. She had a single her last at bat. Here's the pitch. High and outside, ball one. Still only 1 out for the Templars. Ball two. Daniels has pitched every game for the Templars. Have not seen any other pitchers for them. So 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one's a pop-up. Shortstop comes over, makes the play. Here's the throw at home, and they will get her out. What a great throw by the shortstop, Madison Scottern, and just a great tag by the catcher. And that will do it. That will end the 5th inning, but Candy View cutting into that lead. It is 5-4 going into the 6th inning.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning. We are in a barn burner as Candy View has chipped into that lead. It is 5-4. Manti has not scored since the 3rd inning, and that brings up Ashley Johnson. 1-1 is the count. The last 2 innings have been 3 up, 3 down for the Falcons. There is strike 2. Lister doing a good job in the circle for the Falcons. That one's swinging a miss, so strike out for out number 1 for the Falcons as Johnson goes down swinging. That brings up number 18, Mara Thompson. She is 1 for 2 in the game. And there's the pitch. That one's strike 1. That one outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Lister with the pitch. That one down low, ball 2. 2-1. Lister with the pitch. That one swung on, fouled off. 2-2 the count. Thompson is the center fielder for the Templars. And that one, they get her on the outside corner, so 2 straight strikeouts for Peyton Lister. And that will bring up the top of the order for the Templars, Madison Scottern, who is 1 for 3 in the game. 2 outs for the Falcons. And here's the pitch. That one outside, ball 1. That one ball as well. Little high. And that one, Madison Scottern will earn herself a walk as she is able to get on base, and that brings up Elsie Olson. She is 0 for 3 in the game.
Second base number 3, Elsie Olson.
That one swung by Elsie to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it, but not gets away from the first baseman. So runner will reach on the air, and Manti now has 2 runners in scoring position, and just an unfortunate error as that should have been 3 up, 3 down for the Falcons. So there's a strike 1 to Olivia. That one hit hard down the first baseline. 1 run will score, and here comes the second as Manti knocks on 2 runs to give themselves a 3-run lead on the single by Osborne. Allen comes out to talk to her pitcher as Canyon, just an error and then a base hit has just let them give up 2 runs, and that brings up Haley Daniels. And there's the first pitch, and that's a called strike. And here's the pitch from Lister. That one swung on, strike 1. That's actually strike 2, so Haley Daniels down 0-2 in the count. Daniels hits it back to the pitcher. Lister fields it cleanly for the 3rd out of the inning, but Manti able to do some damage on an error. We'll be back with the bottom of 6.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. This is the game between the Manti Templars and the Canyon View Falcons. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Templars knocked on 2 runs. In the top of the 6th, that will bring Sage Hancock to the plate. Hancock is the designated player. She's 0 for 2 in the game, looking to get her first hit. Daniels still in the circle for the Templars. That one's a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Hancock. Canyon View, the number 2 seeded RPI team, Manti the 12, but Manti not your typical 12 seed. They're playing very well this tournament. And there's strike 2 as a foul ball. It would be interesting to see what the highest seeded semifinal team is if Manti can pull off this win. That one swung on to and gets through the glove of Osborne, so Hancock will reach on an error and get a base runner for the Falcons. And that brings up the top of the order for Canyon View. That is Gleave.
Number 22, Jada Gleave.
Gleave is 1 for 3. Ball 1 to Gleave. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one looks good, is good. Strike 1. And here's the pitch. That one outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. That one swung on. Can the second baseman track it down? She does. So out number 1 for the Templars. That brings up Kaylee Quintanilla. She is 0 for 3 in the game. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one in the dirt. Oh, they did. They got the runner as she is indecisive about going to second. Tried to go back, and just a rocket of a throw from Riley Miller. And that picks off Sage Hancock for out number 2. So now Manti just 1 out away from getting themselves back up to bat and trying to put this game away. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That one swung onto the second baseman. She fields it, bobbles it, and Quintanilla just too quick. And she will reach on an error. So errors plaguing the Templars, as that's already 2 in the inning.
Pitching number 6, Peyton Lister.
Peyton Lister will come to the plate. She is 1 for 3. Trying to help her cause. Base hit would surely help. And there it is. There's going to be a base hit. Scooped up by the center fielder. She's going to throw it to third. Not in time. And Lister will get to second on the throw. So a stand-up single. And now runners in scoring position for Cam Allen. And Allen, she's been walked twice and then struck out in the first, so she's due for a hit.
Catching number 33, Cameron Allen.
And credit to Mara Thompson. She scooped that ball up quick in the outfield and then got it quickly into third. That ball outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch by Daniels. Oh, and that's a ripper down the third base line. Quintanilla had to duck so it didn't hit her. Strike 1. Allen, big swing. She's looking for some green. There's a little off speed, and Allen takes it foul the other way. 1-2 the count. We will get a score update after this inning is over on the rest of our fields. There's a great snag by Osborne for the third out of the inning, and Manti sneaks away with no runs scored, and we'll be back with the top of the 7th inning.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the top of the 7th inning, and we will bring number 32, Robbie Johnson, to the plate. She's a designated player, and there's a pitch, and there's Johnson. She's going to earn herself a single as she gets on base, and that's the way you want to start for the Manti Templars. The left fielder, Cecily Alder. It looks like we will have a substitution. Number 5 will come in to run for Johnson. 5 is Danielle Alder, the freshman. So Cecily Alder will come to the plate, either probably a sister or cousin. Alder is 2 for 3 on the day. Here's Lister with the pitch. That one a bunt. Just foul. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. That one pulled back. Ball 1. Great decision by Alder. Here's the pitch from Lister. That one, another bunt. That one fouled as well. So now Alder has 2 strikes on her. 1 to the count. She's got to go to work. Alder will tie her shoe, her cleat. And she's got to go to work as she's down 1 and 2 in the count. That one fouled off, so Cecily does a good job fouling that one off, staying alive at the plate. Runner on first. Ooh, that one just outside. Great pitch decision by Lister. She's trying to get Cecily to chase. 2-2 the count. That one swung on high. High fly foul ball. Does she catch it? She does. So the left fielder, Spencer, goes over to make the catch for out number 1, and that will keep the runner at first.
First base, number 36.
That will bring Andlin Anderson to the plate. She's 1 for 3 on the day. She's the first baseman. That one inside. Ball 1. That one looked good, but missed on that inside. Ball 2. Runner still on first. And there's an errant throw, and here comes the runner, but they can't pick it up, so Alder running for Johnson makes it safely to second, as they could have had her as she took a big lead off. And we will take a time out as they're going to talk to the ump, so we'll take a quick break and be back.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning. I'm not sure what the coach was talking to the umpire about. Maybe she left the base early, or that's what I'm assuming. 2-1 the count. There's a foul ball, so 2-2 to Andlin Anderson. Here's the pitch from Lister. And that one's going, I think that was a dead ball. That hit her, so she will make her way to first. That brings Ashley Johnson to the plate. The right fielder. And Lister wants to switch balls. There's been some smacks on the ball, so not surprised that they have to switch. Here's Lister with the pitch. That one looks good. Strike 1. Alder's getting a big lead on second. There's a hit. She wants to score. That one, foul ball. Strike 2. 0-2 the count to Johnson. Johnson is a senior for the Templars. That one swung on, fouled off. Lister 1 out for the Falcons. Runners on first and second. Just inside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. Lister still ahead. That one swung on by Johnson, foul. She keeps herself alive at the plate. That one's swing and a miss, so out number 2 goes down as a strikeout. That will bring up Mara Thompson. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Thompson 0 for 3 on. 1 for 3. She did have a single, and there's this hit, and that's going to get all the second baseman able to track it down and keeps anybody from scoring. Now bases are loaded for Michaela Scoville. Sorry, that's Madison Scottern as she will come to the plate. 1 for 3 for Scottern today. There's a strike one. That one high. Ball one. Very few walks for Lister. She's done a great job on the mound. There's Scottern, fouls that one off. So 1-2 the count. I have her down for only 1 walk. So great. She's doing a great job in the circle with 4 strikeouts on the day. There's a quick throw from Allen down to first, safely back. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. There's Scottern. She's going to go down swinging, and Lister does her job as Canyon View is in a do-or-die situation. They must score at least 3 runs to send this into extra innings, and we'll be back with bottom of 7 action.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back to 3A State's Championship Softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. And it is do or die time for the Canyon View Falcons, as the loser of this game will head home. Winner will be playing the winner of Carbon and Providence Hall. And Carbon is on top of Providence Hall. And that game will be played at 3 p.m. on this field number 2. And you can watch that, or North San Pete in Grantsville on field number 1 at 3 o'clock. Haley Daniels still in the circle for the Templars. Ellie John will be at the plate. John is 0 for 3 on the day, looking for her first hit. Strike 1 for Daniels. Daniels takes the sign from the dugout. That one, and there's John's first base hit, and the Canyon View is still alive as John does her job and gets on base. And there will be a substitution.
Number 5, Madison.
As we will have a runner come in for John. Number 13, Savannah Hutchings, will come in to run for John. That brings up Madison Fuller. She had a big hit her last at bat. She's 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles. That one low, ball one. Here's the pitch from Daniels, ball two. Daniels pitch, 3-0 balls. And it sounds like Carbon has just defeated Providence Hall. So Carbon will move on to a semifinal game. And we have the tying run at home plate for the Falcons. And that's Avery Trujillo. And she's had a great game. She is 2 for 2 with 2 singles in the game. So a big pressure situation, but a great hitter up for the Falcons. That one swung on, popped up. Can the first baseman make the play? She does. So out number 1 for the Templars. That brings up Gracie Burt, the second baseman. Oh, and that gets past the shortstop, and the runner stops at third as bases are now loaded for Sage Hancock. So the winning run is at home plate. 1 out for the Templars. So a big hit by Burt. Called strike 1 to Hancock. Hancock is 0 for 3 in the game. She was picked off in the 6th inning. Outside, ball 1. Canning, you just won't go away. This is their chance. Swung on, fouled off. 1-2 the count. We'll see if Canyon has a little bit left in them. They've already played 1 game today. That one outside, 2-2 the count. After this, the top of the order will be back up. That one swung on, fouled. Hancock doing a great job at the plate, staying alive. Hancock hitting .430, so a great hitter for the Falcons. That one fouled off, unable to get at the first baseman, so stay still alive at the plate. Count still 2-2, 1 out, bases loaded. And here's the pitch. Scotter makes the grab at short. So Manti 1 out away from advancing to the semifinal game. And that brings up Jada Gleave. And great play by Scottern.
Playing shortstop, number 22, Jada Gleave.
So San Juan has just defeated Beaver. So San Juan will go on to play another semifinal game. That one, low ball. Base is still loaded. Winning run at the plate. Oh, and there's a rip by Glebe. 1 run will score. Here comes, no, they will hold. So great job by the left fielder to get that ball in quickly as Jada Gleaves rips one out to left field. And Canyon View still alive. And it is now 7-5 with bases loaded. And Kaylee Quintanilla will come to the plate. She is 0 for 4, reached on an error in the 6th inning. So we'll see what she can do. And the ump's telling Manti, hey, let's go. The go-ahead runs on first base. And here's Daniels to Quintanilla, 2 outs for Manti. Looks good, is good, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, catches that outside corner. Quintanilla is going to have to be aggressive as she needs to make something happen to keep her team alive. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off, so Quintanilla keeps herself alive at the plate. Here's Daniels. Ooh, low. Ball 1. 1-2. Daniels. Here's the pitch to Quintanilla. That one jammed her up, and Manti has pulled off the upset, knocked off the 2 seed. So Manti will play in the semifinal game against Carbon on this field at 3 o'clock. Congratulations to the Templars. Congratulations to the Falcons on a great season. We'll be back with the semifinal game at 3 o'clock.